you down. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and start seated. And I'm sure Barney will eventually move. Oh, he's put his head on my towel. All right. Again, if you missed, this says, but first, hocus pocus. All right, see if you can read that backwards. All right, sit nice and tall. Hopefully you have all your stuff, maybe a little bit of water to have with you. It's very, very dry. So shoulders relaxed, lengthen the spine, sit nice and tall. Allow your hips to open. Hopefully you are in the Halloween spirit. Just something different, something light, something fun to get your mind in a more positive feeling, positiveness. You have to keep your mind active and positive during this time. All right, shoulders, keep them relaxed. Reach the tops of your ears to the ceiling. Let your arms just rest lightly. Take the thumb and the forefinger. Just let them touch. Make that circle of energy. Allow the chin just to slightly lower as you lengthen your spine. And if you're comfortable, just go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to tune in to your body, tune into your mind. I want you to become very present. Just clear your mind, become present. You are here, it is now. Tune into your breathing. Inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out through the nose. See if you can send your breath deep into your throat as you exhale out. And as you breathe, I want you to breathe in sensations of energy and strength. And just let it fill your entire body and mind. Begin to release and relax all of your facial muscles. Soften your jaw. You can let your tongue rest lightly on the roof of your mouth or the back of your front teeth. Release any tension around your eyes. Keep the spine long, the neck long, the shoulders relaxed, your chest open. Let that energy flow through every part of your body, from the top of your head all the way through the torso, through the hips, down your legs into your feet. I want you to feel a tingle sensation of strength. At the same time as you feel that strength, I want you to feel light and energetic. You are here, you are present, you are prepared for movement to become even stronger, more balanced, more stable, more rejuvenated, and at the same time relaxed. And with your next cycle of breathing, I want you to slowly open your eyes and just allow your arms to sweep wide and around, touching the palms, and pull your hands right down heart center. Sitting tall, inhale, exhale, allow the chin to lower, ease yourself forward. You can let your hands touch the mat or the floor. Again, if this is just too tight for you, your hips or your knees, grab your block or your book. All right, remember I'm flexed. You don't have to force anything, but if you'd rather be folded, keeping the spine long, you may fold. Just two different techniques. Breathe into your belly, back and sides. And inhale. Exhale, firm your abdominals, peel yourself back up to sit nice and tall. Let your arms reach out. Take your right arm, lengthen up, 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 up. Lengthen the spine, curve up and over, bend that left elbow. Lift your top rib as you gaze up. And then reach back up, lengthening the spine. We're warming up that spine, palm up, lengthen up and over. Pressing that left hip into the mat. Lift your top rib as you gaze up. And then lengthen back up, return center. Go ahead and note which leg you have in front. Take the weight off your legs, put the other leg in front. Sitting tall, right up on top of those sit bones again. Realign, bring your arms to the front. You can either hinge, lengthening forward, or flex. Bring the chin down and ease yourself forward. Just take it to a point that works for you. Some of you may be just a very little bit because just sitting in this position is enough for you. But if you can flex, just take it a little further forward. And inhale, exhale, firm your abdominals, peel up or hinge back up. Sitting nice and tall. Reach your arms out. Let's find the left arm with the palm up. Lengthen up and over. Press that left hip into the mat. Lift your top rib as you gaze up. And then reach back up, return center. Other side, lengthen up and over. Pressing that left hip into the mat. Lift your top rib as you gaze up. And then lengthen back up. Return center. Alright, go ahead and take the weight off of your legs and go out into a V with your legs. Alright, sitting nice and tall, move over a little bit since I have someone in my way. Maybe I'll push him a little bit. Alright, sitting nice and tall. Alright, you can use your hands for support. I want you to roll over your heels, tip the toes up, bend those knees, and then extend back out. And bend your knees, tip the toes up, and extend. Bend and flex, and extend one more time. Bend and flex, and extend. Now leave your knees bent, sit tall, float your arms up. Your spine is long and strong, nice and upright and neutral. Now let your arms float down, relax your legs. Bring the chin down and flex forward. If you want to fold, you can fold. All right, you can send your hands towards your feet or on your block or the floor. Just take it to what works for you. Ease up if you need to. Use your breath. And continuing that breathing through the nose. Calm, full, and efficient. Send that breath into your belly, into your sides, into your back. And inhale, exhale, firm your abdominals, just peel yourself back up. Sit nice and tall, and relax your shoulders. All right. Now, take your right arm up, around, into the back. Touch the floor, other arm up, around, into the back. How's that shoulder gliding? Lean back, get those shoulders open, the chest open. All right. Now lift your chest, feel a little curve in your lower back. Lift your eyes, gaze up to where it's comfortable for you. Maybe you can look all the way up, giving your neck a little bit of a stretch. Relax your face again, soften the jaw. Breathe into your whole front side, relax your face. Relax the legs. Breathe into your belly, sides and back. Now lengthen up, bring the chin down, lift the fingertips. Use your arms to help bend your knees. All right? See if you can get your feet flat and keep the legs wide. Bring your hands to the front and just flex forward, ease yourself forward. Maybe you want your hands on a block or the floor or your legs. Just release. Ease up if you need to. Trying to warm up that spine a little bit. And inhale, exhale, firm your abdominals, peel back up to sit nice and tall. If you've got a block there, move it out of the way, take the weight off your legs. Bring it to the front hip distance, see if you can roll over your heels, bend the knees, sit nice and tall. Feel free to support yourself if you'd like, all right? I want you to straighten your right leg, point through the toe, then roll over the heel. Straighten the other leg, and then roll over the heel. So alternate, walking the dog, sitting tall, try not to lean back. Reach the tops of your ears to the ceiling. Work through your feet, your calves, your ankles, warm everything up. Get the blood to flow. Now tip both toes up, bend your knees. Go ahead and bring your feet in, touch the sides of your feet, reach your arms in between, open out your hips. Sitting nice and tall, lift your chest. Feel that nice sensation of stretch in those inner thighs and hips. I like to hold up a little higher just so that I can sit tall rather than the toes, because that kind of makes you flex forward or round. All right, but hold where you can. I want you to sit nice and tall. Now allow your knees to lift a bit, push your feet forward a few inches, bring the chin down, flex forward to your butterfly pose. Wrap your hands around your toes and just flex forward, enjoying that sensation in your inner thighs, your hips, your back. Breathing fully. And inhale. Exhale, tighten your abdominals. Go ahead and peel yourself back up. Sitting nice and tall. Now, I'm going to have us do a little flexion. All right, I want you to flex back, hold on to your tops of your shins. Flex back, so I'm scooped. Now lift your chest. And again, flex back. It's all in your spine and your core. And then lift back up. And flex your eyes are still forward. And then lift back up. Now, just get neutral. Take your rib to the right. And then take your rib to the left. All right, how's that feel? Again, a couple more times. Now, we're going to go into a circle. All right? So first, I want you to flex back. That tends to be easier. Take around to the right, and then come up, lift your chest, and go left. Use your arms to help guide you and pull you. Again, if this rotation, this spiraling, this warming of the spine doesn't work for you to go in this little spiral, you just go front and back flexing. All right, let's do one more time. All right, now, flex back. Going the other way. All right, going the other way. Full cycles of breath. Trying to warm that spine, get the blood to flow. You can make this work for you. If it doesn't, you don't feel good about going in this spiral, I hope you do, because it feels so good when you're done. A couple more. Good. And now return center. Sit tall. Good. Now bring those legs together. And we're going to come onto our hands and knees for a little cat-cow. All right? So you're going to come onto your hands and knees. All right, use a blanket if you need to. All right, for your knees, get everything in alignment. Hips, knees, shoulders, elbows, wrists. Cat-cow. Inhale, exhale, round the spine. Then lengthening out, letting your chest lift to extension. And again, rounding and extending. And once more, round the spine, push your back up to the ceiling. And lengthening out. And one more time, rounding, scooping to that cat stretch. Lengthening out, letting your chest lift and your head wherever it's comfortable for that neck. Return center, shift right, take your left leg behind you, add your right arm, flex the back ankle, lift through your abdominals, reaching, lower back down to recenter, and inhale, exhale, right leg, left arm. Flex the ankle, lift through those abdominals, reach, and lower down. Recenter, left leg, right arm, flex, lift, reach, and lower down. Really feel the energy in your body here. Shifting, right leg, left arm. Shoot the energy, flex the ankle, feel strong in every part. And lower down. Go ahead, take your knees apart, toes touch. Push back to your child's pose. Arms can be in front of your sides. And go ahead and peel up. And we're going to go forward. So if you have a towel, sometimes that's helpful to have. You're going to put that at the end of your mat. Come onto your belly, back extension, great for posture. All right, so you're going to place your forehead down on the towel, elbows bent and wide, legs, they can be a little wide to give your back a chance to be more mobile. Inhale. Exhale, press your pelvis into the mat, set your shoulders, curve up. This is a prep for the locust pose, just to see how your back feels today. Inhale, and exhale, lengthen back down. It feels so good to me. Inhale, exhale, press your pelvis into the mat, set the shoulders, curve up. Inhale, and exhale, lengthen down. Now here comes the locust pose. You do what you can do. Bring your arms down by your hips at your sides, palms down. Let your shoulders open. Settle them in. Inhale. Exhale. Press your pelvis into the mat. Set your shoulders. Curve up. Lift your head. Lift your chest. Reach through your legs. Use your glutes. Lift your legs. Lift your arms. Flatten your shoulder blades. Inhale. And exhale, lengthen down. Now try to keep your neck neutral here. Hopefully you're in a position that you do not have to watch me. You could just hear my cues. Inhale. Exhale, press your pelvis into the mat. Set your shoulders. Curve up, lift your head and chest. Reach through your legs, use your glutes, lift them. Lift your arms, flatten the shoulder blades. Inhale. And exhale, lengthen down. That was the flying locust. Carefully bring your hands right next to your chest, palms down, legs parallel, abs tight, press up through the hands and knees. Tabletop, round a cat. Shift back to a little shell stretch. Take your knees apart, toes touch, push back to child's pose. Now if you're someone who gets cramps in your feet when you push back to child's pose, it's because you just did extension. And those nerves go through your spine into your feet. So it's very common after you've done some back extension when you push back to child's pose to get those cramps in your feet. That's common. Right? And another reason you need more water. And go ahead and lift up. Pickle juice. Pickle juice helps cramps. All right? So I'm going to have you come up onto your hands and knees. All right? And we're going to do a little early camel pose. So we really have not loosened up our hips very much. All right? But what I want you to do is you're going to tuck your toes. If you're really, really tight here, you can put a block next to your feet or your shin. You can put it back here. All right? Can you turn and reach that left heel? Not bad, right? You might feel your hamstrings here too. Turn and reach your right heel. Okay? Now, reach your arm up, around, and lean back to get one heel. Come back up. Your other arm up, around, lean back. Now for some of you, if this is extremely hard, you're just going to take your hands behind you and hold them. Okay? Now I want you to take your up, around into the back with your left hand. Other arm up, around into the back. Can you do it? Lift your chest, gaze up. On my toes, so your hands are on your heels. Inhale, exhale, chin down, lengthen back up. Whew. Come on down. Tabletop, clear your mats. Downward dog at last. Inhale, exhale. Use your core, push the mat, lift your hips up. Adjust from here if you need to. All right, look towards your thighs. And then begin to push through one heel and the other heel. Look at your thighs, keep your hips reaching to the ceiling. Should feel really good after camel pose. Keep your hips reaching, you're in an upside down V. Lift both heels, press both heels, hold it. Take your right hand across. Underneath you, across. Bring it back. Take your left hand across, underneath. Bring it back. Now you're going to rotate a little bit. Take it across, look under your armpit. Come back, keep your hips up.
Take your left arm, look under your armpit. Don't tip over. Come back. Okay, I'm going to have your feet stay on the floor. All right, now lift your heels. Bend your knees, look between your hands. You can either jump your feet between your hands or walk them up. Hands either to your hips or behind, clasp them. Inhale, exhale, hinge up, lift your chest. Return center. Take a big breath, inhale. And exhale, open those arms, recenter yourself. Find the mountain pose. Barney has found the recliner. The floor was a little too hard for him. All right, so just relax your shoulders a little bit. All right, settle in, soften the knees. All right, find the mountain pose, Tadasana. Reach the tops of your ears to the ceiling. Feeling nice and strong. All right, now spread your toes. All right, we're gonna rise to the toes. Let your arms float up. Feel your ears reach to the ceiling as you lift your heels off the mat. Find a spot to focus on. Inhale and exhale, float back down. Nice. We're going to do that one more time. Find your feet, spread your toes, stand tall. Put your corset on, right? Float your arms up, lift your heels off the mat. Find a spot to focus on you. Ears reach to the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale, float down. Hopefully you found your big toes and your little toes. All right, now step your feet out a little wider than your hips. We're gonna rotate, lift your back heel, rotate, look behind yourself. Shift, lift your heel, look behind yourself. Nice and easy, rotate around, loosen up the spine, release that tension. Take this at your own pace, your own speed, your own range of mobility. Just one more set, very much like your golf swing, but your eyes are looking behind you. Now return everything center, and I want you to bring your feet, again, hip distance, hips, knees, everything in alignment. We're gonna do the chair pose, great for the strength of your legs. Let your arms reach down, forward, and up. Settle the shoulders, all right? I really want your shoulders to be in the right place, all right? Neck is long, knees and toes straight ahead. There is a chair behind you. Bend your knees. All right, you're bending at the knees, the hips, and the ankles. So make sure your knees are bending. All right, keep your hips behind you, arms across from your ears. Again, if you're hinging too much at the hips, you might be looking at the floor. All right, so you need to even it out. Bend your knees more to match the hips. All right. You're sitting in a chair, lead with those sit bones to the chair. Can you do some shock absorber moves? Just little pulses. Really try to focus quads, hamstrings, glutes, weights to the heels, but find your toes. Inhale, exhale, press through your feet to stand tall, float them down. You can really make the chair pose a workout if you want, all right? Now, step your feet together as best you can. Right, everybody has a little bit of different amount of flesh between their legs, all right? Take your arms down, forward, and up. Settle the shoulders. Inhale, chair pose again. Exhale, bend your knees. Lead with your sit bones towards the chair. So you're flexing at your hips and your knees. You have to bend your knees. Now, if you have tight ankles, that's gonna hinder you too. So that's why we did some seated walking the dog and standing walking the dog. Shift the weight to your heels, find your toes, keep your arms across from your ears. Squeeze your legs. Can you find your core too? Squeeze the legs, settle your shoulders, keep the neck long. Squeeze your legs, squeeze them. Breathe, full cycles of breath. Inhale, exhale, press through your feet to stand tall, float them down. I had you hold those a little longer than we normally do. It's a great workout. Your heart rate went up, didn't it? All right, bring your feet back to hip distance. Relax your shoulders. Take a big breath, inhale, and exhale. Put a big circle of energy and balance all the way around your body. All right, you're in a big bubble of balance. Here comes the tree pose. Let your arms lift and shift right. Spread your toes. All right, turn your left hip out. Stay lifted in your core. Find a spot to focus on. You're going to bring that kickstand, which you can use, either to your calf or to your thigh. It's kind of up to you where you want it. All right, keep your pelvis open. Now arms can stay out. They can come to namaste hands, or they can lift to branches. Find that spot to focus on, have patience. Keep the pelvis open. Inhale and exhale, return back to the mountain pose. All right, take a breath. Inhale, sweep the arms around. Touch your palms, pull your hands right down heart center. Firm your glutes slightly, push the pelvis forward. Gaze up to your level of extension. Open your arms wide and around. Return the spine and the neck to neutral. Rotate your shoulders in. Bring your palms together. Grow like a tree. Shift left, spread your toes. Turn the right hip out. Stay lifted in your core. Find that spot to focus on. Bring your foot either to your calf or to your thigh. Hands can stay, namaste. Or they can reach out. Or palms up as you lift them to branches. Keep the pelvis wide. Find that spot to focus on. Have patience, patience, patience. Inhale and exhale, return back to the mountain pose, Tadasana. Let your arms just float down, recenter. Standing tall, calm, yet energized. All right, now I'm going to have us flow through our warrior poses from standing. All right, so if you need blocks, this is where you can prepare. All right, maybe you need one on that left side of your mat. All right, you're going to position yourself so your mat is open behind you. If you need to watch, make sure that you do not have to turn your head. You're facing me, all right? So that you keep your balance. So try to line yourself up. If you're just listening to my cues, that may be all you need. I'll go slow, all right? So start in your perfect posture. Let your arms lift. Shift onto your right foot. Turn your left hip out. Stay lifted in your core. I want you to step back with that front leg, that left leg, laterally rotated, all right? Warrior one. So I want your position, your knees go in the same direction as your foot. Make sure the knees above the ankle or behind it. Your back hip is laterally rotated. Heel, heel. Or if you need this back foot to be a little further out because your hips are tight, that's fine. Bring your arms to the front. Try to get your body squared towards your hands. Bring your hands to your hips. Think about this left hip coming forward. There's some tightness in that psoas, in that hip. Reach your arms forward, open them out, turn your palms, float them up, slide your shoulder blades down, lengthen your spine, lift your chest and gaze up. Warrior one. Feeling your back, your abs, your hip flexor. Now look forward, clasp your hands, turn them inside out, lengthen up, curve over to your right, hips left. Now lengthen back up, and you're going to rotate towards your left to warrior two. Readjust yourself as needed. All right, heel, heel. Again, heel, heel is just an easy way to remember your poses. You can be adjusted slightly from there, but heels in alignment, and you'll probably be pretty good. All right, I want this knee above your ankle or behind it. So if you were really, really flexible, all right, you could probably get a little lower. That toe towards the camera. All right, open your arms, feel strong. Look over your front fingertip. Now look over your chest, look over your back fingertips. Open your arms wide, feel strong. Look forward now, all right? Make sure this front hip is open. Don't let it rock in. You have to use your outer thigh and glute a little bit. Feel the pose. Bring your hand to the front thigh, your right hand to the thigh. Turn your back palm up. Go to your side angle pose. So I try to get my arm and my leg in a very similar line, all right? Our anatomies are different. So it's kind of a straight line, not exactly, all right? You can either stay on the hand, go to the forearm, or use a block. All right, you do what you can do and still maintain your form, all right? Lift your top hip, your top rib, and gaze up. You're pushing through that back inner thigh. Inhale, exhale, press up. Relax that back shoulder. Take your front arm, scoop up through imaginary clouds, and bend your spine the other way. Gazing upward, reversing that pose. Inhale, exhale, return center. Straighten your front leg. Get ready for Trikonasana, triangle. Now if this knee's dicey, you don't like it to be hyperextended, you can soften it. All right, reach your arms. We're making lots of triangles. Feel like someone has your front rib. They're pulling you. Take your hand first to your thigh, other arm directly up. Again, if you need to take it down, forward, and up, that's okay. Take it only as far down as you don't flex forward. You're flat as a pancake. You're as if you were against a wall. You have not hinged it all forward. All right, so you can use your block if you want. All right, gaze up if you want. All right, do what you could do to hold your pose in perfect form. Inhale, exhale, reach up and away. Good, bend into your front knee. Bring both toes forward. Now, some of you might need your block in front because we're going to do a wide angle forward bend, all right? If you're very, very tight in your back, your hamstrings, you may need a block. All right, now some of you, you might feel more comfortable with your hands at your hips, or if you can, clasp your hands behind you. We're going to be folding at the hips. Your both toes are forward, so you really feel your peroneal muscle. Inhale, exhale, fold forward, fold forward, fold forward. Some of you might need your hands down. All right, folding, continue where you can go. Once you're there, if you do have your hands clasped, lift them. See if you can lift them. Let your head look between your legs. Lower them, and everyone can let their hands slide down their legs. You can leave them on your legs if you want, or bring them onto the floor. Right? Or your block. If you can reach your hands between your legs, reach them between. Full cycles of breath. And inhale, exhale, carefully bring your hands underneath you. If you are here and can still get your block, you can move it over to the other side in preparation. Take your hands, slide them up. You can either leave your hands at your hips or take them behind you. Inhale, exhale, lift your chest and hinge up. It's okay to soften the knees to come up if you need to, but you should have used your hamstrings to come up. All right, bring your arms around, genie arms. You're gonna heel toe in. If you feel secure, you can jump in. Return center. Perfect posture. Our hips should feel a little bit more loosened, all right? Now, come to your other side. If you don't have your block and you use it, make sure it's close to you, all right? Mat is open behind, all right? Let your arms lift. Shift the weight to your left foot, spread your toes, turn your right hip out, and step back. Take a moment. I'm giving you time to adjust, all right? So heel, all right? Or if you need to have that leg out a little further, you can. All right, bring your arms to the front. Turn your palms, pull those hands to your hips. Think about this front hip, that right hip coming forward. Reach your arms. Get them the same length. Open out. Turn the palms, float them up, settle your shoulders. Lengthen your spine. See if you can gaze up. Right? Abs, back, hip flexor, psoas. Inhale. Exhale, looking forward. Clasp your hands. Turn them inside out. Lengthen up, curve over to your left, hips to the right. So you really should feel that hip, that right hip pushing away from the direction you're curving. Inhale, exhale, lengthen back up. Now rotate, all right, so that you're in warrior two. All right, heel, heel, or heel center of the foot, all right, kind of depends on you. Open that hip, make sure it's open. Reach those arms. All right, back toe is forward. Look over your front fingertips. Check yourself out. Is that arm nice and open? Look the other way. Arms nice and open. Look forward. Make sure your front leg, use a little outer thigh and glute to hold that leg open. Don't let it rock forward. All right, now bring that front hand down, turn the back palm up, lengthen up to your side angle. Slide this upper shoulder down. Push through your inner thigh a little bit. Maybe you can take your legs wider. It just depends on you. All right, some of you hand stays on the thigh. Some of you forearm. Some of you can use your block and put the block there. All right, lift your top rib and gaze up. Full cycles of breath. Side angle pose. Inhale, exhale, press back up. Relax your right arm, take your front arm, left arm, scoop up through imaginary clouds and reverse your pose. Gaze up if you can. Inhale and exhale, return center. Straighten your front leg. All right, if you need to keep it soft, keep it soft. Reach your arms. Triangle, feel like someone has your front rib in hand. Pull. Take your hand to your thigh. Other arm directly up, either straight up or forward and up. All right, take it only as far as you feel stable. All right, so maybe thighs enough. Shin, block. Open that chest, gaze up if you can. Breathe, you feel lots of sensations. Hips, hamstrings, spine, shoulders. Inhale, exhale, reach up and away. Bend into your front knee. Bring both toes forward. Get rid of your block so it's not in your way. Bring your arms to genie arms. You can heel toe in or jump in. Just make sure you're stable if you do choose to jump, and relax your arms. Take a big breath. Inhale and exhale, open out. All right, now some of you may not have a wall to go against, but we're gonna do the half moon pose, all right? So hopefully you have a wall you can use, or perhaps a side of a counter if you have tall counters, or a sofa, something you can use to keep you balanced, all right? If some of you can do this without a wall, feel free, all right? Now, you can start the same way if you don't have a wall to lean against, but it sure is nice to use a wall. So I'm gonna have you position yourself against a wall, all right? Find one block. Put it in your right hand, so if you're mirroring me, it's in your right hand. You're gonna go to your warrior one pose. You're gonna put your right shoulder close to the wall. You don't have to touch it, but if you lean, it's right there, all right? So you wanna be close enough to the wall so that it's right there. Elbow, shoulder can get there easily. All right, so my front knee is bent, my back hip is turned out. Remember, our warrior one, same position, all right? Now, left hand on your hip, right arm reaches, okay? And you can feel free to get closer. Is that wall right there for your shoulder? Okay? Now, first, and don't overdo this too fast, this part's easy. You're gonna shift forward and balance on your front leg. Back leg is up, okay? Hinge forward and put your block on the floor. So now you're using your wall. Notice my block under my shoulder. All right, my leg is straight up and down. You can be pretty close to the wall. I have lights here. Make sure they're out of the way. Now, turn your body and look out. So if you don't have a wall, this is really hard to do. You got your wall there. Oh, this feels so good. Flex your back ankle. Turn your hip out. Can you put your foot against the wall? Reach your arm up. Can you put your arm against the wall? Look up. Hold it. You're right against that wall. Feel strong. It's so good reach. Wouldn't you love to be able to do this without the wall? Now, bring your upper hand down. Turn your head, look down at your block. All right? I want you to point your back toe, bend into your front knee, grab your block, hinge up and bring your foot back to the floor, and then slide back to warrior one. Come on up, we did it, I hope, all right? I hope you found a wall, I really do, all right? Somewhere, all right? Now we're gonna do the other side. So now get next to your wall, block is in your left hand, all right? So there's that, your shoulder, it's just right there. You're on your left leg, all right? Oh, let's shift back to warrior one. I like to start it here because you know warrior one. Okay, now I want you to shift forward just to where we were, back onto the left leg. That way you know you've got room. Now, you're gonna hinge forward. You can soften the supporting leg. Hinge forward, block comes to the floor. You're using your wall, right? And your leg horizontal to the floor. You don't have to take it way up like a ballerina, just straight, right? Now, I want you to turn your body, looking forward, right? Put your foot against the wall, flex it, open your hip, reach your arm up, look up. Can you look up? All right, can you get your hand against the wall? You're really opening up, helping with your posture. Now look forward, all right? Bring your hand to your hip. Look down at your hand. All right, you can point your back toe, bend into your supporting leg, abs tight, hinge up. Let your toe touch the floor, back toe to the floor, shift back to your beginning warrior one. Good. Come on up. I hope you were okay with that. It feels so good. All right. Now, I'm going to have you come to your mat, if you have anything left, all right? We are going to do some planks. Open your mat in front of you. Do what you need to do. If you need to go to your forearms at any time, go to your forearms. You can't do everything, but go to your forearms if you need to. All right? Let's go ahead. I want you to slide your hands down. Go through your chair pose. Fold at your hips, lower your chest to your thighs, release your neck. You're in a forward bend with your knees bent. Bend your knees enough to touch the mat. Walk out to your plank. If you need to immediately go to your knees, feel free. All right, spread your fingers wide. Fingers are pointed straight ahead. Open your chest. Push into the mat. Lift your core. Now, just lightly bend your knees so they lightly touch the mat. All right, good. Now, you are going to bend your elbows until you are all the way onto the mat. So bend your elbows, hello triceps, chest and shoulders. Release into the mat. Straighten your legs, take a little bit apart. I want you to press yourself up maybe a little bit. For some of you, that's all. Maybe a cobra, shoulders down, pubic bone down. Or upward dog. You can modify it and not put too much pressure in your feet if you want. Then bend your elbows, lower back down. Push up, child's pose. Knees apart, toes touch. Arms can be in front or at your sides, wherever you like your child's pose. Inhale, exhale, lengthen out. Find your plank. Again, forearms, you can just hold it because you can't really lower down when you're on your forearms. All right, now, for those of you who need to go to the knees first, go there now. For those of you who are stronger, shift forward. And I want you to bend your elbows halfway down, then the knees, then the chest. Straighten your legs, take them apart. Press up a little bit. Cobra, pubic bone down. Upward dog. Bend the elbows lower down. Push up. Child's pose. So do what works for you for your back. lengthen out. All right, now, side arm balance. We've been working on this, right? So go ahead and lengthen out to plank. Now, if you need to be on your knees, go to your knees. You can still do this on the knees, right? Now, bring your right hand center, rotate, and either stack or walk. Now, if you need to be on your knee, your knee's down, right? Piece of cake, right? Otherwise, you're stacked. Take your top arm up. Feel strong. Reach. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Return plank. Go to your knees if you need to. Left hand, rotate. Stack or walk your feet. Other arm up. Hold it. Great for your obliques. Inhale. Exhale, return plank, center, knees if you'd like. Shift forward, bend the elbows, then knees, then chest. Straighten your legs. Press up a little bit, or cobra, or upward dog. Lower down, push up, child's pose. Go ahead and peel up. Turn around and lie down. Yay! All right. So, if you need a little something under your head, you can put something under your head. Feet wide on the inside edge of your mat. And let's go ahead and do some window wipers. Arms open. And you're lowering both knees the same direction. One way and then the other way. All right, so get yourself all centered up. Hopefully you don't need to turn your head and look at me. You can just hear. I'm going to be looking into, once I get back to working a little more, I'm going to keep doing Zoom classes, I think, now for the rest of my life, along with whatever else I'm doing. And I'm going to be looking into a better system with better sound and better video, but it'll probably take a little bit of money. So I still haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to be doing. So we'll see. All right, and just one more time. Return center, bring your feet hip distance apart. All right, bring one knee in, other knee in. Just give yourself a little rest from some of the things we've just done. All right, now prepare for bridge. All right, getting you ready for back bends, which we do not do in this class. Feel free if you can do them. Bring one foot down, other foot down. Now, if you happen to have something under your head, you probably do not need it because you don't want your neck to compress. Position your feet hip distance apart. Bring your heels close to your seat. All right, arms just at your sides. Inhale, exhale, push through your feet. You can peel up or just lift up. I like to peel, all right? You can draw your shoulder blades together. Try to lift as high as your hip flexors allow. Hopefully the poses we did kind of loosen up your hips. Now, lift one arm up to the ceiling, other arm up to the ceiling. Lower your arms long behind you. Keep the hips up. Now, go ahead and reach both arms back up and float your arms down. Feel free to peel through your spine and bring everything down at the same time. Good. All right, now we're going to do some single leg lifts. All right, inhale, exhale, push through your feet. Peel or just lift your hips up, nice and high. You can draw your shoulder blades together. Feel free to clasp if you like or leave them out. Put the weight on your right leg. Lift your left leg up. Reach to the ceiling. Bend your knee. Bring it back down. Other side. Reach. Bring it back down. Keep your hips up. Inhale. Reach. Exhale. Bring it down. Keep the hips up. Inhale. Reach. Exhale. One more set if you can. Reach. Bring it back down. Last time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it down. Hips are up. All right, glutes, hamstrings. Now, for those of you who want a tad more, can you lift, bring your feet closer, lift to your toes. Take your hands underneath, lift your hips up a little higher. Get your neck neutral, lift up higher. Good. And gently, hands down, bring your feet flat and peel down. Bring your knees in, relax your back, rock side to side. Again, remember, you modify anything you need to. If I push you a little past your limit, you stop at your limit, all right? I'm just giving options to people who may be ready for the next step. All right, go ahead and bring your feet down. And if you need something under your head now, I always do, you can grab that blanket and at the same time find whatever you're using to stretch with. Your stretch strap, your yoga strap, your belt, your towel, a band, all right, whatever you have. I'm going to have you place it around the bottom of your right foot and then stretch out your left leg. All right, you're going to feel that hip flexor right there. Psoas of your left leg. Okay. Once you have your leg up, you can hold it with any hand. I want you to bend your right knee in towards your rib or your armpit. Think about if you've done a happy baby pose, one leg. Bend it. Now, can you reach up and grab your toes? All right, so it might be easier if you're holding on with the other hand and you can reach easier with your other hand. Pull a little bit more and then reach your leg back up. Again, bend your knee in towards your armpit or your rib. Reach up. This is a little bit, if you've got tight hips, this might be a little hard. Reach back up, let's do one more time. Inhale, bend your knee, flex at the ankle. Knees in towards your armpit. Grab the toe or the foot. And then reach back up, good. Now leave your leg up, hold on to the strap with your left hand. Drop your hip into the mat, keep your pelvis parallel to the floor from your hip joint. Take your leg across your midline. Maybe an inch or two or three. Just enough so you feel your hamstring and your IT band. Shoot the energy through your heel. Inhale. Exhale, reach your leg back up. Switch. Hold on with your right hand. Left hand either on your hip or open out. Now I want you to bend your left leg. Square everything up. You're going to open out both hips. Your bent knee, open it. Your leg that's straight, open it. Don't tilt. Slide your hand that's holding the strap down so your elbow's on the floor. Open those hips, inner thighs, hips. Shoot the energy through your heel if you want a little more tension for both the hamstring and the inner thigh. You're not tilting at all. Really keep that left side open. Inhale. Exhale, draw both hips back to even. Go ahead, take this strap off your foot, put it down so it's handy. Same leg up, cross it over. All right, slide them together, legs together, open your arms. Lower your knees toward your left. This time the hip does lift off the mat. Keep your right shoulder blade down. Turn your head to the right. And just really stretch, open your chest. And then just melt. Melt into the mat. Breathe into your belly, into your back, into your sides. Relax your face, relax your hands. Inhale, exhale, carefully return everything center. Square up your pelvis and your spine, open out your hip.
Okay, some of you may need to just stay here and press. Hopefully you can thread the needle. Pull that left thigh in, pull that thigh in. Square your neck up and your spine. Focus on your right glute and hip. Feel free to extend your left leg if you want. Variations are fine. Just take it to where you can go. Great way to release that sciatic nerve if you have that issue. Now gently bring that foot down, other foot down. Go ahead and stretch out. Get a few kinks out before we go to the other leg. Stretch one leg, other leg. Reach your arms, give yourself a nice long body stretch. Toe tips to fingertips. Inhale. And exhale, just melt your arms down. Go ahead and bend your knees, one knee at a time. Reach over, find your strap, and we'll do the other leg. Just place it around the bottom of your left foot. All right, now can you straighten your other leg? All right, settle in. Leg you have up. I want you to bend your knee in towards your rib or your armpit. All right, can you reach up, try to get your toes, the ball of your foot, pull a little bit. Some of you might not be able to reach that far. And reach back up, point through your toe. Go ahead and bend your knee, flex at the ankle, the knee, and the hip. And stretch back up. And once more, bend your knee, flex at the ankle, pull. And then reach back up, stay there, point through your toe, shoot the energy through your heel, just briefly, get settled in. Now holding on to that strap with your right hand, drop that left hip into the mat, pelvis stay square. Take your leg from the hip joint across your midline, maybe an inch or two. I'm not having you lift and rotate over like you might do in another yoga class. I just want you to feel your IT band, hamstring. Shoot the energy through the heel. Lower your leg if you need to. Just take it to where you're feeling sensations, not pain. Now reach your leg back up, switch hands, hold left. Right hand can either stay on your hip or open out. Bend your right knee. So one leg straight, one leg's bent. Open out both hips evenly. Take your time so you do it evenly. Slide that left hand down, elbow to the floor to help stabilize you. All right, if you start to cramp up, bring your legs together and start over. All right, try to be even, not tilting. You're going to have a tendency to tilt towards the leg that's straight, all right? Flex that ankle of the left leg if you want a little more tug. Neck is square. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, draw both hips and legs even. Take your strap off. Same leg that was up, cross it all the way over. Slide your thighs together, arms open. You're going to lower both knees over to your right. Let your hip come off the mat. Turn your head to the left. You can reach towards that arm. All right, and just try to settle in. You might not get comfortable for a few breaths. Chest is open. Spine is rotated. Stretching your hip and glute. Melt into the floor. Relax your hands. Relax your face. And inhale. Exhale, carefully return everything center. Return center. Square up your pelvis and your spine. Open out the left hip. Right? If you can, thread your needle, pulling that right thigh in. Alright, adjust if you need to. You should feel that glute, left glute and hip. You can straighten your right leg if you want. And gently let that foot come down. Bring your other foot down. Stretch out one leg. Stretch out your other leg. Reach your arms. Give yourself that nice long body stretch. Toe tips to fingertips. Inhale. And exhale, just float your arms down. And we're going to go to a Sphinx pose. Alright, so I want you to bend your knees one knee at a time. And you're just going to turn over onto your belly, come up onto your forearms. Alright? I've turned my body just so that you can hear me a little better facing you. Alright, elbows under the shoulder joints, abs lifted, shoulders away from the ears, chest open. Breathe. Now for those of you who want to do bow pose, feel free. The rest of us are going to do one leg at a time, alright? So you can lower down, bring your right hand underneath, bend to your left leg. Turn and look to the left, reach your left arm back, grab your foot. Now once you're there, bring your neck back to neutral. Push your pelvis into the mat, pull the heel down. Alright? For those of us who are tight in our hip flexors and quads, this is a great beginning to get into your bow pose. If you're doing bow, holding both legs, you can lift your feet up towards the ceiling and lower down, maybe 4 times, and then release. Alright, gently release, you one-legged people. Lower down, bring your other arm, left hand, turn your head right, bend your right leg, reach your right arm back, grab it. Bring your neck back to neutral, push your pelvis into the mat as you pull your heel to the seat. Full cycles of breath. And gently release. Everybody can release. Lower forehead down, arms at your sides. Release your back. Pause there. Now gently bring your hands next to your chest, abs tight, press up, tabletop, round a cat. Shift back to shell. Take your knees apart, toes touch. Push back to your child's pose. And go ahead and peel up and reposition yourself. I'm going to do a very brief supported fish pose, very brief. I know some of you love that. So some of you who do not have blocks, use your blanket and fold it so you can put it under your sacrum. If you have a block, you're going to get to this, and most likely you won't need anything under your head. To get to this, lie down, knees bent, lift to a bridge, and slide either your block or your folded blanket underneath your sacrum. If you have a pillow, that might work, but at least get your hips up off the mat, 3 or 4 inches, that's good. But if it's smaller, all right? Now normally I do a few more things. If you're comfortable just staying right like this, just stay here. This is nice. All right, if you can, I'm gonna have you reach out one leg and the other leg. Again, keep your knees bent a little bit if you need to. And I want you to turn your palms up, settle your shoulders in, and breathe. Just let go. Breathe into your belly, back, and sides. You should feel a curve in your lower back. You should feel the psoas, that cord, the top front of your legs, the hips. That psoas goes all the way through and attaches into your spine.
So it has a huge effect on your posture. If it starts to be too tight and pulls you forward, right, you want to make sure both sides are evenly stretched and evenly strong. Relax your face and hands. And I'm going to have you just take 2 more full, efficient, unhurried cycles of breath. Now, if some of you would like to stay here for Shavasana, you may stay here. If you are not going to stay here, I want you to go ahead and bend your knees 1 knee at a time. You're going to lift your hips, slide that block or blanket away, lower the hips, bring your knees in, and you can prepare for Shavasana. I am going to sit up to get my things, all right? So if you do like to rock up before you go to Shavasana, you can have with your knees in, bring your chin down, grab your legs and rock up gently, and find your things. Maybe you want a blanket under your knees. You maybe want to find that nice comfy towel for your head. So I want you to find what works for you, all right? Get into a position that you can be in for a few minutes, all right? Shavasana, this is what we do at the end of every class, all right? To help assimilate everything that we've just done, right? This is the time to allow that assimilation to take place so that you become stronger, more flexible, more balanced, more stable, and more relaxed. Allow that assimilation to take place. Let go. Let your shoulders just relax away from your ears. Become comfortable. Legs are slightly apart. I want you to begin to release and relax your feet. Just focus on your feet. Release the toes, the arches, the balls, the heels of your feet, the tops of the feet. Just let go. Relax your ankles. Full, efficient cycles of breath. Let go. Release any tension in the calves, the shins. Release any tension around your knees. Soften your thighs all the way around. Relax your hips and the gluteal area all the way around through the pelvis and the groin, and allow your back to feel very comfortable in the position that you are in on your mat. Full, efficient cycles of breath. Release any tension in your shoulders. Soften the upper arms. Relax your elbows. Release your forearms. Relax your wrists, the hands, the fingers, let go. Release any tension in your neck, the front, the sides, the base of your neck. Just let go. Any tension in the neck, in the shoulders, just allow that tension to slip down the arms, all the way down into the hands, to be released out through your fingertips and just disappear. And once again, soften all of your facial muscles. Release any tension around your eyes. Soften the area around your mouth. Release any tension across the nose and your ears. Release your forehead. Soften your scalp. Just let go.
With each breath that you take in, I want you to take in those sensations of energy and let those sensations flow through your body, through your mind, and completely surround you, allowing every cell in your body to find those sensations, allowing you to feel stronger, more energized, able to achieve anything you set your mind to. And at the same time, allow sensations of calmness and peace to flow through your body, through your mind, completely surrounding you. Again, filling every cell in your body. Allowing you to think very clearly, allowing you to make positive choices for your life, and giving you the ability to share peace with all those you come into contact with. Continue to allow these sensations of strength and energy, peace and calm to stay with you throughout the rest of the day, throughout the rest of all the weeks to come, knowing that at any time and any place you can regain these sensations. Continue with full, efficient cycles of breath. As you continue your cycles of breath, I want you to begin to use your breath to pull both your body and your mind back to the present, back to the room that you're in. Use your breath to pull your body from the past, to pull your mind from the future, and return to the present. Each breath, I want you to pull both your body and your mind back to the present. And as you return, you will hear 5 chimes. And on that 5th chime, I want you to feel like you have completely returned back to the present. You have returned, you are present. I want you to hear all the sounds around you. Feel the mat that you're on. You have returned. Begin to wiggle your fingers and move your hands. Wiggle your toes and move your feet. Allow your body to move and to stretch in any way you feel like you need to move and to stretch. Completely return to the present. And with your next few cycles of breath, I want you to bend your knees, one knee at a time, and turn over onto one side, using your arm as a pillow. And pause there for a few more cycles of breath. Completely here, completely present. And in your next few cycles of breath, I want you to turn enough so that you can use both hands to press yourself back up to an easy seated position, allowing the spine to unfurl, relaxing the shoulders, opening the chest, allowing your hips to open, lengthening the spine. You are present completely. And with your next cycle of breath, I want you to let those arms sweep wide and around, gathering energy, strength, and peace. Touch your hands at the top. Pull all of those sensations down and let them enter into your mind. Pull those sensations down to heart center. Press the thumbs into your heart and feel that energy, that warmth, that peace enter into your heart and flow into the rest of your body. Inhale and exhale. Allow the chin to lower. Give yourself an ever so slight bow forward. Inhale and exhale, sitting tall and strong. Namaste, and we are complete. Thank you so much for joining me today. You are very appreciated, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks so much.